Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley, that dude telling y'all to never shut up. Because that's where we learn those life lessons, homie. That's sports and entertainment talk. And cover those cats in the media. Like they cover everybody else, man. Let's get into it. We don't waste no more time on this show right here. Whitlock is calling bullshit on Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, people been hitting me up in the comments talking about, man, when you gonna talk about Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith? I'm like, yo, I don't know how y'all consume all this information. I don't even know all these beefs going on out there. Now, I remember back in, a few months ago, where Stephen A. Smith kept calling Whitlock fat bastard, kept saying with those papers, those tax returns he had in his hand, I'm gonna get you, Whitlock, I'm gonna tell on you. Yeah, I know some stuff. And then Whitlock fired back saying the same thing without the papers in his hands, but basically like, I got facts. You and Shannon Sharpe don't want no smoke with Whitlock. Now, knowing both characters as I do, let's just say, whoever wins that one, the loser is going to be sitting there saying, it ain't over. They ain't going to stop. So right now, I guess this is the next round of them going back and forth. We both know they're going to be in a fight if they ever tussle, verbally speaking. So Whitlock had to call BS on Stephen A. Smith. And it's in the spirit of coming off the Cat Williams interview, exposing people. Stephen A. Smith wrote a book in which he made some statements about how he got a scholarship in college. And let's just say if anybody's ever played sports, it raised your eyebrows. Well, with Whitlock, it raised more than just his eyebrows. Listen to him.
Just think this through. And because I went and looked, it's February. I go check Winston-Salem State's basketball schedule for the 87-88 season. When, this is happening in February of 1988. This covers the 87-88 season. Winston-Salem State, like virtually every other college basketball team during that era, played a basketball game on every Saturday of February. So Stephen A. is saying that Winston-Salem State, at the end of their basketball season, when they're preparing for their conference tournament and maybe trying to qualify for the Division II postseason tournament, that they play a game on Saturday, he wakes up the next morning, they're having a scrimmage that he arrives to late in the middle of, and Big House Gaines checks this 6'1", 150-pound guard from New York City who played a couple of months of high school basketball without acquiring any stats or anything, played a month or two of junior college basketball without acquiring any stats or anything. He shuts down a practice, checks Stephen A. Smith into the scrimmage, and then, according to Smith's account, he knocked down 17 straight shots in the scrimmage. And Big House Gaines offered him a full scholarship immediately after the practice. I'm reading this, and when I read it, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is a comic book. And this man's calling this his memoir.
Yeah, okay. Let me just say this, because it's 2024, what is it, the 9th? We ain't even 10 days in, and I think we got a theme already for the entire year. I hate those people that sum up a year, or I hate even people that come up with their New Year's resolutions. I'm like, dog, if the calendar is telling you what you about to do, you ain't about to do it for long, right? But I'm going to sum up this year already. 9 days into it. From Cat Williams' interview, which is still epic. I mean, I haven't watched it again because that's 3 hours. But the point is, I just keep checking those numbers like, damn, that thing is doing. From that interview and the spirit of what Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith are going through right now, want to know one thing. How do you call BS on somebody without somebody else saying you're hating, clout chasing, etc.? I think this is going to be the year of truth tellers, This seems like the year of those who come out. Whether you get exposed or not, whoever tells the truth is going to be the winner in the conversation. So I'm not saying Stephen A. Smith is lying. I'm not saying that. But I know there's no way, the way I heard that story, he's telling the truth. You understand the difference? Okay, he ain't lying. I ain't saying you're lying. He's just not telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Ain't no way. Let me tell you why. Not that story, not that version can be accurate. Now, maybe Stephen A. Smith just got bored or didn't want to bore us with the details of that story, so he didn't fill it in, he didn't give it the proper color, perspective, etc. But ain't no way somebody traveled to a school and played in a scrimmage. I don't give a damn how many shots you make. You make all the shots. Forget 17 in a row. You make every single shot and then walk away from that scrimmage with that scholarship. Let me tell you, there's no way that happens. Why? Because I've never heard of it. I've never witnessed it. I've never even been around anything like that. Let me tell you, in this experience, when you're going to do a tryout, not a single tryout ever has ended in the moment and they like, this is yours. Want to know why? Because the tryout is to convince them, and they still got to go back and make sure that that opportunity is for you. You ain't the only one trying out. When are you having all tryouts, all comers, just for you? Nah, even when you see pro days, combines, it's always other people. Regionals, they do them national combines, etc. There's always somebody else going. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of this, so that's why I'm like, Stephen A. Smith may not be lying, but that version can't be the full truth. So I've never seen a tryout end like that. Unless you're going to try and convince me that it was already his scholarship to lose, I'm listening. But Stephen A. wasn't in that position. The 2 years before, he said he didn't finish playing, only played one game of 1 year and another one game or a few games of another year. So he wasn't in a position to walk into a tryout saying, it's my position and scholarship to lose. He was there trying out for gain, not lose. So I love, woo. I am not the one that wants to see this go, but I will say this. Listening to it, it's like, go where you got to go. Do what you got to do. I want to see where this takes us, because if Stephen A. Smith is not telling the full truth about this, why? We all get into storytelling. We all get into talking about what we've been through, et cetera. And you're like, you leave a detail out. Somebody could call you out. If they know that detail, you lying. You're like, dog, the truth about storytelling is this. The best storytellers know what not to include in the story, what not to say in the story. Ask my wife. She's not a great storyteller when she's telling me these stories. She includes every detail. And I'm like, could have left that part out. I still get the gist of it. So not saying Stephen A. Smith is lying. Whitlock is. But I'm certain the way he told that story is not the truth. So y'all tell me, have y'all even heard about this situation before this? And is Whitlock exposing Stephen A. Smith? More importantly, is it his place to expose Stephen A. Smith? I got no problems with it. I got no problems when Stephen A. Smith shoots back and do a summation on that one as well. A lot of people say it's jealousy. They always look at it in terms of likability. Who do I like more? Who's more powerful, or who's hotter right now? And then they map that on to the truth. That's not how the truth goes. It don't mean who's more powerful is the one telling the truth. Doesn't mean the one less powerful is clout chasing. The truth is all that we got. So I'm looking at this situation from that perspective, because they both got many fans and many enemies. But you know how the game goes. When you're successful, that's the ingredients of it, fans and enemies. But they got more fans than enemies. So tell me what you guys, are you a fan of this kind of conversation? Or are you like, dog, miss me with this, including the truth? All right, let's talk about Steven Jackson, who's going at Shannon Sharpe right now, who nobody should be going at right now off the blessing he gave us of that Cat Williams interview, but that's the problem. Steven Jackson has a little issue with Shannon Sharpe doing the interview and doing it that way. So let's listen to Steven Jackson talk about it, and then let's go sum that up.
I already spoke on Cat. Cat a real one. He spoke his mind. Everybody should speak their mind. That's just what it is. I wouldn't let him go hard as he did on a lot of people on our show. I just wouldn't, because we got relationships with him. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You don't have a show, so you wouldn't know what you would do. We've done hundreds of shows, so we know how to handle that type of shit. The whole world talking about the Cat interview. The whole world. Everybody giving their opinions. But I can't speak on it because I'm so live. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Well, go on everybody else page and tell them that too then.
You heard what he said. Now, he ain't got no problem with Cat Williams. Cat Williams did his thing because he's a real one. And everyone should speak their mind. But then he took us on a little twist, a little turn. Let's see where Stephen Jackson was going. He said everyone should speak their mind, but he wouldn't let them go as hard on his show. So what does that really mean? You'll let him speak his mind, but you will cut off some of what he said? You wouldn't allow him the freedom, the bandwidth to say it all? So you can speak on things, but watch what you say and who you're saying them about. That's what I heard from Nat, which doesn't sound like my man, doesn't sound like Stephen Jackson, but a lot has changed if that is how it goes. Let's talk about how awkward that is. Because that's the position I've been in before. One reason I don't have a co-host on this show, and I know I suffer for it. If I had another co-host here, we would bounce off different ideas. The numbers would go higher, etc. I get it. That's why I like going on other people's podcasts and continuing that. And I got a lot of those solicitations out there where people want me to come on. And I'm going to start taking them up on those offers because I do like that energy as well. I get it, y'all. But at the same time, the reason why I don't do it is this statement right here by Stephen Jackson. Oh, I wouldn't let him go that hard. I wouldn't let him go to those places. That's what happens when you have a co-host. That's what happens when you have a guest. All of a sudden, we start team building around here. You know what I mean? Everybody start talking to each other in these glowy, soft terms because it's like, I don't want you to go there. Don't go there. Don't mess up that relationship. Don't mess up that friendship. Don't mess up that association. Now, all this could sound like conspiracy or something. All this could sound like, dog, really? Like, first of all, Stephen Jackson, who I've known for 20 plus years, is the rawest, realest, and at the same time is telling you even he has a limit. I ain't mad at that. What's that African proverb that says it's great to know the truth, but not always great to utter the truth? You get it? Like, it's great to know it, but don't always say it. Sounds like he's subscribing to that. Well, if you got those relationships, if you're Stephen Jackson, but you're only allowed to stay in a safe space and a no-fly zone, what's the point of doing these podcasts? What's the point of doing shows? What's the point of all the smoke? Because all the smoke didn't say kind of a lot of the smoke. It didn't say a little itty-bitty of the smoke. It said all the smoke. It's hard for me to believe that if Cat Williams was on Stephen Jackson's show, he wouldn't let him go in like that. What I think he really means is he would have challenged him more than Shannon did. But I'm glad Shannon didn't challenge him more. Because if you challenge him more, you're taking him off the pure course, the essence of what we got from that interview, which was unfiltered dope. Simple as that. Why is everybody coming at Shannon Sharpe for the way he did that interview? One, you had to wait to see that interview, which is mega successful. Maybe the #1 interview on YouTube before it's all said and done. Already #2 all time. And it's not a week, it ain't been a week. But this level of criticism, just like I said about when we were talking about Stephen A. Smith and talking about Jason Whitlock. With success comes enemies and fans. It's just a cocktail, and that's the mix. So in this situation, Shannon Sharpe does an amazing interview, and literally, we just can't say, we got to beat it up. I think we beating it up too much to say you wouldn't have done it that way. But I do understand why guys protect their relationships, their associations. Me, and even Stephen knows this. When Kwame Brown went at Stephen Jackson, I laughed. I gave Kwame his props. He was killing Stephen and Matt. Matt is my dog. Stephen's my dog. But I'm still going to laugh. I don't pick my laughs based on association because we ain't really the homie if you can't take these giggles. You know what I'm saying? So all this taking care of somebody ain't really taking care of nobody because if you real with me, I'm real with you. And then we real. So I just caught that and I was thinking that was a little bit of hypocrisy, a little contradictive of him to say that when you want all the smoke. And I know how you really are. I just want to, now you got me envisioning, what would you have done different, or what would happen if Cat Williams was on the show? How would you have let that run? Man, I don't get it. So these platforms that have these relationships, and we're going to talk about it, we're going to take care of our boy. You know I got you. I used to hate that. Used to hate that when I did that. And I ain't even take care of them. I did shows that were taking care of people. And then you know me, I'll go in there and just mess it up and do something crazy. And then they be like, dog, what you talking about? I'm like, dog, everybody know he ain't fresh like that. Like, don't you know? It's so crazy. The first person that knows they're great is not you. The last person that knows that you're not great, that you're going to feel, hey, dog, last person that knows is not you as well. You're the first one to the party saying, man, I'm slipping. You know that. You know damn well you the first one to that party. Like, I hope they don't catch me slipping. Hope they don't catch me falling off. And then you start to fall off. That's how the game goes. So just want to make sure we keep this stuff 1,000 out here. Stop playing. So, woo, if Cat came on my show, I literally be like, I don't have any questions. We just going to talk. And when you keep talking, I'm going to keep listening. That's how the game going to go. But what do you think about what he said, Stephen Jackson, about he wouldn't have done an interview like that? Or more importantly, he wouldn't let him go hard on his friends, relationships, etc. You think that is professional, or you think that's a little soft belly? I know him for real, so I'm not even taking his comments at face value. I'm thinking he just like, everybody want to chime in on the conversation, Cat Williams / Shannon Sharpe right now, and that was his 2 cents. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it, and did y'all have any issue with the way that Shannon Sharpe really did the interview? All right, let's talk about this one. Interesting, because it's like all this Illuminati talk right now, all this Noriega had to jump in on it. Everybody talk about the Illuminati. Now, because I don't know the Illuminati, I can sound ignorant right now. Like, oh, no, you don't know Wiley really exists. But it just feels like witchcraft to me. It feels like voodoo to me. It feels like you're trying to explain something you can't explain. And usually I hear Illuminati talk when it's somebody who has a level of success, but is talking about the next level, the higher level, and why they can't attain it. All of a sudden, that turns into the definition of Illuminati. Okay, I'm from LA. And Illuminati talk is some old Hollywood, some old Beverly Hills, some old high society, elite talk. Growing up where I grew up, we ain't talk about no damn Illuminati. We ain't have time to make up stuff, envision different groups, the power structure. We ain't had time for that. We were ducking. We were looking out for smurfing them out there, we out there looking for all them overhills and all them real problems out there. Real groups, Crips, Bloods, essays, etc., instead of Illuminati. But Nori says not only does it exist, but there are 3 doors you got to go through. Let's listen to that, what Nori's talking about.
It's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you could walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight. Listen, when you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world, there's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that when you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
It's just you were offered some gay shit?
I don't, no. I'm saying that to the right when I seen it, those was those guys over there. You know what I'm saying? Those different people, which I have no problem with. That's y'all. You feel me? And I just chose to go straight. And I haven't been platinum since.
Okay, let me try and explain something. Because when I first heard it, I was like, ooh, that's captivating. Wow, there's 3 doors and 3 opportunities, 3 ways to go. And, he said you go straight, you're on your own. I agree with that. Like, if you don't associate yourself with groups of people that are powerful, you are on your own. It's called independent. That ain't too deep. That ain't Illuminati. Now, this is when it gets a little Illuminati-ish. You go to the right, he was like homosexual. You go to the left, sacrifice. All right. Let's get this straight. There are a lot of gay guys in Hollywood. Everybody knows that. There are a lot more gay guys outside of Hollywood that don't have power. I hope y'all know that, right? Okay, so when we visualize Hollywood, for always visualizing it in some Illuminati and over there is that group of homosexuals, and they got power. I think it's coincidental that those people have that power, because guess what? There's a lot of heterosexual people with power. And I think it's coincidental that they got that power. Want to know why? Because you and I are heterosexual or homosexual, and we ain't got that power. I mean, I got a level of success, you got a level of success. But that level of success and power that we call Illuminati, I just think the qualifications are different than who you having sex with. If you don't believe that, hard work means nothing then. Go ahead. All right? If you believe that, then associations and education mean nothing then. Go ahead. Just have sex with the right person. You good. Y'all really believe that? Oh, no. No, go into the other room where they sacrificing, I don't know what. And then, those rituals, and they over there cutting stuff up and blood, and they pouring stuff in the soup, and you gonna make it. We always try to explain away our ills. You don't believe me? Lose something in your life. Lose a person, a place. Like you move from a place, a thing. We always got to rationalize it. Some things are irrational. Some things make no sense. Disasters, catastrophes, things that happen to you, death that happens to youngsters, and kids run across the street, get hit by. Some things are irrational. There's no explanation other than what you saw happened. You don't have to take it to another level in terms of trying to articulate what occurred. The control part, the power part, that explanation. Some things are beyond your control. And I think in these conversations, we're really trying to map on something really rational on some things that you can't really understand. Why is that person better than me in terms of status, but I'm better than them in terms of talent? You ain't got to look to Hollywood for that. That happens in football. I mean, look, let's just all take a purity test right now. Tom Brady is considered the best quarterback ever, GOAT. But not any, I don't know a lot of people raising their hands saying he's the best quarterback without accolade and achievement, just talent. So it's not a talent conversation. It's not just a talent conversation. It's not just where you were or in the right place, the right person. It's a cocktail of all those things, plus some things we probably can't even properly articulate. And that's just how the game goes. Okay? So I push back on this Illuminati talk, and I don't want it to continue to get crazy out of control. Look, if you know somebody who got billions, and I do, and that person wants to look out for you, and they do. They want to donate to the foundation. They want to say, Marcellus, I want to support some of the things you do. It can be as simple as that. It could be somebody who says, and I know this is one relationship I do know. There's a billionaire that is writing checks for independent filmmakers to just make movies. That's it. You know why he's doing it? Simple as this. And he don't get any of this attention, no Illuminati talk, nothing. You know why he's doing it? Because he wished somebody would have hooked him up when he was low and didn't have much. That's it. Is that Illuminati? So then when those filmmakers blow up and they got big shows, all this stuff, when they blow up, what you going to attribute it to? Oh, they knew the right person, etc. So I just want to push back on some of this Illuminati talk, even though Nori said he ain't went platinum since. That's a music conversation to a degree, right? Did you make more songs with Pharrell is the question. If not, it ain't the Illuminati on that one. So I know a lot of successful people, but I know fewer people that are powerful. Let's be real. A lot of successful people. You can go out with anybody who just got a viral song. They're successful, whatever it may be. Got a viral, they hit. They doing their thing. The podcast popping. That's success. What's power is no matter what they're doing, power is other successful people are paying me. And success looks a lot of different ways, y'all. But power comes in these bunches and bundles. I just don't like to group all those bunches and bundles because of the powerful people I do know as all being Illuminati, even though we know some of them may look a certain way, act a certain way. Ain't we all in this business to make money? And I think that supersedes it all. We try to make it race. We try to make it gender. We try to make it sexual, orientation. Sometimes you just don't got it. Sometimes you just don't qualify. Raise your hand if you don't always qualify. Let's look at it like that. So tell me if you think Nori's spitting facts. There are 3 doors to success. You pick them, you know? Or you're like, what you talking about with this Illuminati stuff? Just stop trying to explain where you are, which is amazing. Nori's killing it. Still got to explain the next level, which I think is an issue right there. And which way did I walk? I'll tell y'all. I walk like this. I got a bad hip. I wobble. I went left, right, middle. I sacrificed my body for the game, damn it. Yep. And then at the same time, I walk straight on my own. And then what was the other one? The homo? Uh-oh. Well, I ain't wobble that much. All right, coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, we're going to talk to Dr. Chao. We're going to have some pro football talk. Hit you with some funk up, some comments in the Wileyism. Get up out of here. Next on Never Shut Up, it Brings TV and Reach TV. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley, man. Don't y'all forget what we represent over here, Brinks TV. Go to brinks.tv, check us out. And a big shout out to WileyWins.com. That's what I throw up. That's where you can go to Bet US, 125% sign up bonus if you log on with that free play right there. So love for you guys for supporting me, supporting this show, loving what we talk about. Tell me more, give me more topics, whatever. And also give me that email or a recurring donation. I will send you this book right here, Never Shut Up. Leave a recurring donation at projecttransition.org. You can be on the donor wall and help us grow this global giving community. All that coaching I'm doing, mentorship, all the resources and scholarships that I give, it's not an I thing, it's a we thing. So let's keep that going over here. All right, y'all. You know how we get into every show. What's up with that, dude? Well, yesterday, my wife and I were with the itty bitties, and I had to take my little man to basketball practice. Let's just say my little man fouled out before the game and practice even started. This dude was in physical mode yesterday. That was fun to see, even though I wonder where all that testosterone came from just yesterday. He was beasting, elbowing everything. Even hurt his lip on one play and kept plowing through it. Other than that, the wife is just plowing through her show. Learning what celebrity looks like. I told her, I said, oh, you don't think it's like a football game. Everything in this world to me is a football game. You stand in the middle, you ball out. You do good, you do bad, you do ugly. And people only have 2 reactions. They cheer you or they boo you. But from where I'm standing, what I hear is not, oh, you suck. Oh, you the man. Oh, I love you. Oh, you suck. All I hear is, or boo. And then I go home, shower, get it off me, go to the itty bitty. So she learning that process, man, because her fame going up, and that means your name going up, and that means some people are going to be always trying to pull you down. Welcome to life. Welcome to the way it goes. All right, y'all. Y'all know what this is. It's Tuesday, so it's time to bring in Pro Football Doc, my dog, Dr. David Chao, for some Tuesday therapy talk. Damn it. Every single time. Bring it the wrong way. What up,
50-50.
Dr. Chao? You look
50-50, right? Left 50-50.
I know. I remember when somebody broke it down to me that a coin flip is actually not 50-50, even though there's two sides to it. Kind of blew my mind. I don't want to take you down that rabbit hole. But you look good. You look healthy. And there are some healthy NFL teams out there and some that are not. Break it down. Who has the advantage in health this wild card weekend?
Well, everyone talks about the Miami Dolphins and Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert, but they should be talking about the Miami Dolphins in terms of their linebackers. Yes, Waddle has an ankle injury. I believe he'll play. Raheem Mostert may play through his ankle knee, but there's Devon Chan anyways. And yes, Tyreek Hill was in a boot last week before when he tended to that house fire, right? So he's not 100%. And yes, the Miami Dolphins have offensive line issues at center and left guard, but they're missing 5 linebackers. 5. Right. They already lost Jalen Phillips to an Achilles. Last week or the week prior, they lost Bradley Chubb to an ACL. Now they're down Van Ginkel. Baker had wrist surgery, and Cam Good is out. Former Charger, San Diego Charger, Melvin Ingram saw some playing time. And they just signed Justin Houston. So a pair of early mid-30s linebackers, because they need it, because they're down a lot at linebackers. That's the area to watch. And Kansas City is actually pretty darn healthy. They don't have free safety who broke his ankle, Cook. And Donovan Smith with his neck issues, left tackle, the backup's been okay, but Donovan Smith may make it back. So it's only one player on each side for Kansas City. To me, and to us at Sports Injury Central, the reason for Miami's late season swoon isn't anything except for injuries. And Buffalo has gotten a little bit healthier and injuries. And I don't think that's going to change this week. It actually got worse at the linebacker position for the Dolphins. So it's something to watch. And let me tell you, when linebackers are injured, they're not reflected in the line, right? When quarterbacks are, they get reflected in the line. But it still is an effect.
Yeah, well, look, and you add to it, not only are the Dolphins injured, that the Chiefs are not injured and rested. Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes didn't even play last week. I went to that game and they still came out victorious against our Chargers. So,
and the other thing is, all season long, I've said that the Chiefs' tackle play has not been good at right tackle and left tackle. But now, when you don't have a good edge rusher that's young, it plays into your hands when you play the Dolphins.
They're going to have a problem. Look, I still think KC loses that game. This does not feel like a KC year, but I have been wrong every time they win it. So let's see if I'm wrong again. But was Dan Campbell wrong when he played Sam Laporta and now he's injured?
Well, hindsight is always 20/20, and Sam Laporta has had a breakout season. But as we talked about before, look, Sam Laporta is not Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's 34 years old. So rest is good. There's 53 guys on the roster. You got to suit up 46 of them. Somebody got to play. Right?
Yeah, I mean, somebody got to play.
Kyle Shanahan played Deebo Samuel in the first half of the game. So it's easy to say you shouldn't play Sam Laporta, but you just can't not play. You got to field a football team. Now, Detroit, it's unfortunate. And look, Dan Campbell is saying there's an outside shot that he could play this week. By video, look, there's an outside shot I could win the lottery. I guess I got to go buy a ticket first, but in any case. Right. If you look at the way that his knee bent, LCL, posterolateral corner, the good news is no surgery. The bad news, he's not making it. If Detroit makes it to Las Vegas, he still might not make it. We'll see what happens. I hope to be proven wrong, but he's not the only pass catcher. Khalif Raymond, by video, appears to have a PCL, and he's likely out. Jameson Williams is still recovering from his high ankle, and the type of player he is, he still may not be all the way there. So you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and of course, it's the Goff and Matthew Stafford. But from an injury perspective, the Rams are among the healthier teams, and Detroit has some pass catcher issues.
Yeah, let's stay in the NFC then, because Jalen Hurts got that crooked middle finger. You see, what's up with that?
You got one of those too.
Yes, flamingo. Got that little flamingo.
Except yours is actually called a boutonniere deformity. It's a little bit different injury. His is the opposite. The knuckle is bent down. It's the I can't even do it necessarily.
It's going in. Ugh.
Yeah, his is
one
the opposite of yours. Yours is a boutonniere deformity, and yours is more common. The swan neck deformities are more common on grandma, grandpa, or great grandma, grandpa with rheumatoid arthritis, but that's an acute injury, no bone injury. It's a ligament tendon issue that can be treated without surgery. He can grip and throw the ball. Is it painful? Yes, it's on his right hand, but in the long run, if splinted correctly, his fingers should not look like yours there. But look, your fingers are actually pretty good for a D lineman, right? I mean,
they're man, Doc, I remember when the first time I was hanging out with Bruce Smith and we were just chilling, and I looked at his fingers. I was like, damn, what's wrong with your fingers? They look like Cringer or something, like, like this. And he's like, you just keep playing. Watch what happens to you. So obviously I played, but not well as Bruce Smith.
How many times in your career did a finger pop out of the joint and you never even came over to the sideline? You pulled on it, or a vet pulled on it. You as a vet have pulled on rookies' fingers and said, come on, let's roll. You never even came over to the sideline for it, right?
Nope, you can't. I mean, you imagine going to the sideline telling your coach and trainer, hey, my finger. They're looking at you like, yeah, that paycheck, and you better get your butt back out there. Ain't nobody tapping out for the finger issue right there. That's wild. Oh, man, Doctor, tell me this. I will come back, and I know nobody wants me, no team wants me, but I got to end with the Chargers. So I will come back out of retirement and play for the Chargers if Jim Harbaugh is the coach. Is he going to the Chargers? You think we're going to get Harbaugh?
Well, it's your team. You just went to a game, whatever. You probably have more insight. I will tell you something. Look, I don't know how accurate it is, and I don't ask these questions, but before Brandon Staley was hired, two people whispered to me, and I don't know how reliable they are, and I don't go reporting this stuff because it's not my job kind of deal, that there were back channel reach outs to Jim Harbaugh before Brandon Staley got fired. And that happens in the NFL. When Jimmy played with the Chargers, he's well known in the building with the Spanoses. Jimmy's awesome. I'll be honest, I never thought he would be a great head coach when he was playing. Here's where I got it wrong. And I apologize. When Jim Harbaugh was in San Diego, he wanted to be an NFL referee. That's what he wanted to do. But he's never been a coordinator, but let me tell you, he makes one hell of a head coach. And look, he would be great. Look, a lot of offensive or defensive coordinators don't make great head coaches. He's never been a coordinator, yet he makes a great head coach. Look, the CEO of your company, the president of your company, may not have been the best VP of manufacturing or VP of sales. Different roles. But he's one hell of a leader, one hell of a president or CEO. So I think the Chargers could do a lot worse than Jimmy. I'm all for it, but it seems like a lot of teams want him now, and I don't see him coming back to Michigan. He's got that, right?
Michigan's going to have some kind of cloud over it, let alone maybe some potential sanctions going forward. Who knows how that plays out? It's just messier than going to the NFL, getting that blank check.
Jim Harbaugh saying, look, I bought that kid a hamburger. What is the big deal? I'm moving on.
Unreal. I should have used a coupon or something. All right, tell me this, John Morant. I had that shoulder surgery before too, torn labrum. I know what it feels like. I know what he's going through, but damn, his season's over with the surgery. Tell us what's happening.
Well, and it happened in practice. We're talking about practice here, right?
I didn't know that.
And but when your shoulder comes out of socket, you tear the labrum. And in the NFL, routinely, and I'll bet you did it too, you play through the season with a strap and a harness, right? And then you go get it fixed in the offseason. But in basketball, you cannot limit your shoulder motion. You got to have it. It's his right shoulder. And so you cannot play through the splint. Once it comes out once, it's going to come out again. The labrum's torn. That's why you need surgery. He's not coming back this season, even if his team makes the playoffs. but got a good chance to be ready for start of the 2024 season in the fall.
Full recovery? Like, it just doesn't sound like it could be nagging. How does that go, the recovery process?
It should be a full recovery. And, look, I hope he has lots of time for rehab. But let me tell you, injuries are hard on athletes, right? Not only the recovery and the rehab, but then all the free time and the lack of structure. So hopefully he does very well.
Oh, I get what you're saying there. I caught that little wink right there, that little nod. I appreciate you, Doc. This is Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chao, giving us some of that Tuesday therapy talk. Appreciate you, brother. Talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Let's funk up some comments. Yeah. I love funk up some comments. Ooh, that sounded bad. You know why I love it? Because it's y'all turn to talk some talk. Everybody always talking. Y'all talking. All right, here we go. What we talk about yesterday? Today. Man, I'm getting blown up. Don't you hate when people just always blow you up when you touch your phone? You be like, damn. Not in that way, but like it take you to their email. Be like, dog, I'm not trying to look at your email right now. Whoa, we talking about Cameron and Black Americans. What Cameron said is very true. It applies to every American, actually. Yet I only see African Americans and Italian Americans generally putting the ancestors' country in front of America when describing themselves. Interesting. Maybe because British Americans had to essentially fight against the motherland to gain independence, that they don't associate themselves as British or Dutch, etc. Okay, a little deep history lesson there, but not too deep. I just don't care what you calling us. People call me Marcus. I'll be like, yeah, I know you're trying to say Marcellus. You know why? This would mess me up. Tell me if I learned the right way or the wrong way. I remember a teacher said, the purpose of language is to communicate message. And as long as you understand what they're trying to say, that is language. And then everything else is you being particular. You know what I mean? Like language and sentence structure, all that stuff, that's us being highbrow. Double negatives is us being highbrow. Like, no, don't go over there. What's wrong with that? You know not to go over there. No, you should not go over there. No, don't go over there. That's so stupid. Cam is right, 1,000%. All right, let's talk about ESPN and the rat. I, for one, cannot believe that an ESPN executive would curtail Pat's ability to use his show to accuse prominent people of pedophilia. First Amendment, maybe. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. Look, Pat apologized for Aaron Rodgers coming on there and coming at Kimmel. Kimmel's going back at Aaron Rodgers. They're going to keep that going. That's Stephen A. and Whitlock going at it. And I'm here for that smoke. But look, Norby doesn't have a good reputation. I don't have a great experience with him. I don't have much experience with him, so therefore I can't go there with him. All right, Stephen A. always saying to people, I've got something on you with papers in his hand. That's real. It's looking like he is a fraud. Yeah, I mean, look, I learned this, and I don't even fight. I'm not going to act like I'm a fight. If I'm ever in a fight, and I'm not going to fight. I'm 49 years old, I had 3 fights, and I ain't had one since the 11th grade. I'm not fighting you. I don't care. It ain't that serious. However, if I am going to fight, you ain't going to know it. It ain't no talk. What's up then? It ain't no squaring up. Dog, if I'm going to fight you, I have made a decision to declare war. I'm whooping that ass. And it ain't going to be no warnings. It's going straight at it. Colin and Acho. I don't think Acho's take was out of line. He's right. The Bears need to cash their ticket and get Caleb. Yeah, 4 swings are better than 1, but if you don't have a quarterback, those swings are going to end up as strikeouts. Love the show. Yeah, you're right. Look, you got to have a quarterback. But who said in the 4 swings you can't go get a quarterback? You just done messed your whole argument up. I'm subscribed to your channel, and I always used to see your new uploads in my feed. Now I never see them. Have to type in your channel to see your videos. Yeah, people have been saying I've been shadow banned and shadow challenge boxing or Wu-Tang Fang Swords. I don't know. But like I told y'all, I'm doing this show to connect with you guys and have my diary. I'm not doing this show to blow up and make money off this show. I'm an owner in Brinks TV. We a whole different animal, right? So it's like, yeah, of course you want views and numbers. I ain't stupid. But I'm not going to go that way. Or all I would do are beef topics and go in on the people. But I'm just trying to find the hot topics, things we all want to talk about, discuss. Cat Williams, Shannon Sharpe, Stephen A. and Whitlock. Yeah. And then try to give y'all a little color to it behind the scenes, a little knowledge, maybe a layer that nobody else knows or is talking about or thinking about. That's life. And then everything else is just life lessons, help the itty bitties. I'm good for that. That's me. That's me. Now, that ain't y'all. That ain't y'all. I get it. But I don't think that's YouTube. YouTube be like, man, look, nobody trying to help nobody. I see the algorithm. When I say something bad about somebody, that whole Stephen A. Smith stuff, which I was just trying to course correct. You know how that goes. You blow up when you do that stuff. Oh, well, blow up over there. All right, y'all. Yeah, we finish every show with a Wileyism. Yeah. A lie will go around the world while truth is pulling its boots on. Ain't that the truth? I had to bring this one up because it seems like early in this year, it's a lot of truth telling and exposés and exposing people and liars and Illuminati. And I'm like, As I always say, you know, those low frequencies get those high ratings. And you play down to people and people be like, I don't know, the Neanderthal in us just comes out and we're like, oh my God, I got to see that car accident. I got to see that disaster. And I'm like, man, well, we got to fly higher than that. Got to leave this world better for the next group, the next version. You, the itty bitties, to inherit something greater than what we got. So I'm on a different path, different plane than that. But I do know, even with my name, since I've been in the light, whatever that is, like getting notice and attention, people be lying. Oh man, I'm about to go see one of my boys tomorrow. And this dude got lied on so real. He got sued for like a discrimination lawsuit. And the craziest thing is the person ended up just dropping the case because they admitted they lied. I was like, but you know, during that time, it's like, oh man, damn. And I was like, that's how the game goes. Soon as you stick out, soon as you leave the pack is not happy. And the pack wants to bring you back. And the only way to bring you back is either one, with their own power, which you got more power because you already left the pack. Two, you use your power wrongly and get back in the pack. Or three, let's make up something why he left the pack. And then that will bring him back. It's weird like that. So just to let y'all know, man, stop lying. Stop lying out here in these streets on these people. And I love Cat. I think Cat wasn't lying, dog. I don't know. I ain't got all the receipts. I just felt that spirit of that. So a lie will go around the world while truth is pulling its boots on. Put y'all boots on, y'all. Don't trip if nobody else is. All right, y'all. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. Much love to you guys out there. Have an amazing day. And keep spreading the love. Keep spreading the goodness. I know nobody wants to hear all the positive stuff. Oh, wow. I'll be talking about some beef tomorrow. Let's have some fun. Peace.
Days a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for this award, to be recognized for doing the right thing, to be recognized for doing good things, and trying to inspire others for their own greatness. I'm just a kid from Compton who, at an early age, had to look inside to find my opportunities, because on the outside, there were so many whispers and sometimes yells of, I couldn't make my dreams a reality. And thought that was very unfortunate, but I was thankful that I never internalized that chorus that was around me. I was a kid that understood that you had to be greater than your greatest excuse. And I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of reasons to have self-doubt. But I was able to develop my inner power, discover that inner power, and make sure that I showed the world exactly who I wanted to be. And it was really simple for me. It was to make my dreams a reality. There was nothing more to it. And as I now stand here, just a few miles from where I grew up, where that adversity still is strong. And as we see through these movies, that it's worldwide, not just in our locale. You see the suffering, you see the gangs, you see the drugs, you see the poverty. And there's always one common escape. It's that inner power, it's that ambition. It's having a voice that's louder than those surrounding voices. And I'm on a mission, a global mission, to make sure that that inner power inspires all
to not only give, but to receive the blessings that come from giving. And I'm up here right now as a guy who's challenging everyone to give their 3 T's. That's time, that's talent, and that's treasure. Human capital, financial, whatever it may be. Let's invest in each other because we all have to coexist here together. And as I look around and I have a foundation that really inspires these kids to become their greatest version of themselves and to look in the mirror to make sure that they're greater than their greatest excuse. It gives me my greatest passion. I was a kid who wanted to be a school teacher, but because of my height, weight, and speed, I became a football player. So I took that helicopter ride up as high as I could, but as I was ascending, I never forgot that I was once one of those fork-in-the-road kids who was shot at many times, who had to navigate around adversity every single day, who had to waste so much of his brain power just trying to get home every day. And so many experiences that sometimes you become desensitized to. But in reality, that is someone else's reality. So I'm so thankful to stand in front of all of you guys as an example of the kids that we're trying to affect, the underserved, the underprivileged, those who are told that their hardships are greater than who they are. But hopefully we can inspire them all to look inward, because everything they want out there is already in here. Appreciate you guys.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.